Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sip and Style. Today, we're talking about the energetics of style, and I'm so excited to be with you. I am Dr. Shelley Nash, and I'm the host of the Confident Woman Facebook group, Her Life, Her Style, and I am a personal style coach. So excited to be here with you today. And we just have come off a full week of coming in daily for our latest workshop, Showcase You, the Secret to Health, Happiness, and Great Style. So if you were here for that, let me know. Say we're here for the workshop. And who's here today? Who's joining me today on the call? Say hi and let me know where you're calling in from. So, energetics of style. So, we did talk about this briefly last week on day 5 of the workshop, and I thought this really deserves way more conversation, and so I wanted to bring this to the entire group and allow all of you to hear my thoughts on the energetics of style. Hi, Juanita. Good to see you. Yes, you were on the workshop all last week. That's fantastic. And so, energetics of style. I first wanted to call this the energetics of color, but then I just realized that it's about all of your style. So let's go back. And if you're here, let me know. Say hi on the chat so I know who's watching, and say hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. We do this sip and style once a week, about 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hello from Florida. Who's from Florida? What's your name? Good to have you here. And another light climate to Arizona. And so I do this sip and style once a week on a various topic. So you can look in the guides tab for the previous topics of sip and style. So I was going to do the energetics of color, and then I realized it's all of your style. So let's go back to what is style. Style is who you are. It's how you express yourself in the world. Style isn't fashion. Fashion is like the trends in the industry to sell clothing. We know fashion as being the latest thing, the things that are out for the season. Oh, hi, Michelle from Florida. Yay. Good to see you here. And I know the ones that I know that are here have some experience with their style or are learning more and more about style. And that's the thing with style. It's who we are. It's expressing ourselves. But as we're in personal development, as we're growing, as we're changing ourselves and growing into the woman that we want to become, then our style is continually growing for that. And our confidence will also have to grow as well. So this is why this is so important, and why I've become super passionate about talking about confidence, your self-image, and how you see yourself and your style, and how you project all your inner self out into the world. So, oh, hi, Lynn. Good to have you here as well. And so, what do you think of? What's the first thing you think of when I say energetics of style? What does that even mean? Put in the chat, like, what do you think of when you heard that title, or when what comes to your mind? Energy and style. So when I started thinking about this, I've studied with, the well-renowned, world-renowned metaphysical teacher, Bob Proctor, who was star of the movie The Secret and has taught law of attraction, law of vibration for so long. So I studied intensely with him for the last 5 years. But I've also done personal development for about 40 years. And so I've heard about law of attraction and vibration for a really long time, our attitude. And so some of the things that I've learned from Bob is that energy just is. Energy is like life. Energy is all around us. We have energy coming to and through us every single moment of every day. We have energy flowing in our bodies as our blood, as our lymph, as our energetic pathways, if you know about Chinese medicine and acupuncture. So energy and style means proud, confident style. That's good. That's good. I like that. Um, when you're feeling more energetic, you're feeling more upbeat, you have a positive attitude. So we have this energy coming to and through us. I really believe, like, if you look out your window and you see movement of the trees, you see the wind blow, or you see the movement, which means the wind is blowing. You maybe feel the wind on your face. You hear the birds. Everything that goes on in our outside world is energy, is movement, is life happening. And where's the source of life? Well, this is a more religious or spiritual beliefs that you have. So no matter what your beliefs are, I think we all believe in a source. We all believe in spirit, or that there's a source in which energy comes from, or energy emanates from. So however you believe in that, that energy that's happening, that's your connection to the energy that's in the world, the energy that's flowing through you. It's like you're a piece of this. You're a piece of the entire energetic microcosm that's in the macrocosm of the universe. You're a tiny little speck of this whole universe that we're in. So that's the big picture of energy and who we are in the universe and how this happens. So let's think of energetics and style. So, and who are we? So there's three components that I wanted to talk about today, which is the energy of your body, the energy of color, and the energy of the fabrics that we wear. And so I may refer to it as vibration as well. Energy and vibration, I think, are similar. But let's talk about the energy of your body. I've already referred to the flow, the movement, that your body is alive. And I'm a holistic healer. I was a chiropractor for over 20 years. And our philosophy there is that the energy is flowing through the nervous system. And when the nervous system is blocked, you feel pain, or you have a dis-ease or disharmony. And when we open up the spine and get the nervous system flowing, then the energy can flow again, and the body heals itself. The body is always healing itself. The body is always seeking equilibrium or balance. No matter what, if you're on a medication, the body is always trying to balance that out. I also did acupuncture, and in acupuncture, if your energy pathways have a block, it's like standing on a garden hose. You stand on the garden hose, the water doesn't flow through the garden hose anymore. You take your foot off, the water flows. And so when you remove the blockage from any energy pathway in your body, the body heals itself. And the same is true with, say, an emotional block. We've been talking about limiting beliefs, and we've been talking about forgiveness, things like that, self-love, and maybe some false beliefs that you have from your growing up that simply are not true and never were true, but they're still kind of holding you back. So all of these emotional kind of blocks can be in the way of the free-flowing energy in your body, can be in the way of you tapping into your passion. And your body has a certain vibration. We know this from Kirlian photography from back in the 80s, I believe, when they were doing a lot of that, taking a picture of basically your aura and what's the energy that emanates from your body and how far does it go. I actually used to do this technique with chiropractic, where we would actually measure the energetic field coming off of our bodies. You can't see my hands, coming off of your body. And the philosophy in that particular technique was that if you wanted your energetic field to be big, to be protective in a way, and so if your energy field on the front of your body was low, then you needed to increase that. And so you might increase that with any nutrition that you were taking, or eliminate certain things that you were using. And so that really the whole idea is that the stronger energetic field you have, the stronger you are, the healthier you are, the happier you are, all of that. So with our body, we also are in a certain vibration based on our attitude. And what is your attitude? Many of you know the answers to these questions because you've heard me talk about it before. What is your attitude? Your attitude is the composite of what you think about, how you feel, what you get emotionally involved with, and how you take action in the world. So your thoughts, feelings, and actions are a composite that builds your attitude. And Bob would always talk about eating a cake and getting a piece of lemon cake, and you would say, oh, this is great cake, this is really wonderful cake. You wouldn't say this is great frosting, or this is great sugar, or this is great flour. You would say this is great cake, because you have the whole sense of the whole composite of the cake. So your attitude is a composite of what you're thinking about, what you're getting emotionally involved with, and the actions that you take. So in style, your body, so is, the vibration that your body is in is what you express through your clothing, through what you have on. And the more closer you can get connected with your authentic self, your truest self, and your passions, then that authentic, true self passion is what I like to have you start expressing in your outer style. Now, however you're dressing, wherever you're at in your life, whether you've taken my classes or not, you're still expressing yourself. So you're always expressing yourself through the clothing you wear. It's just, are you expressing your truest, authentic self? Or are you expressing something that's not the highest and best thought, not the highest and best vibration? And is it getting you what you want in your world? Is it getting you what you want in your goals? So these are some questions to ask. So let's get into color for a second. Color is a big topic in style. We get some people do colors. You can have your colors done. You can discover what your natural coloring is. You can get colors, your good colors, your colors that don't work so well for you. Color is the colors of a rainbow. If you think of the colors of a rainbow, and each of those colors of the rainbow, whether it's red or yellow or green, has a different vibration to it, And you want to harmonize yourself with the colors that work best for your natural colors. So if you think about it, your body is in a certain vibration, and then colors are in a certain vibration. So if the vibration of the color is off from your body's vibration, then it's not going to harmonize. It's not going to look right. It might make you look tired. It might make you look depressed. It might have some dark shadow. It might give you more dark shadows under your eyes, or, the color that you wear is so important. Actually, I saw someone had posted in a Facebook group that I'm in today. She had her regular face background, this behind her, and then she had bought a one of those folding things, backgrounds. It was a real background. It wasn't a fake virtual background. It was a real background that she put behind her, and she said, like, which one is better? And what I noticed is that with the screen, that's what it was, a screen, I looked at her face, and her face was warm and inviting, and the colors of her blush color were more prominent, whereas when it was the regular background just in her room, she looked very gray and very low energy. And so I said, well, it's obvious to me because I can see that the color on your face looks so much better. So that's one of the clues that you can use with color is that, does it bring out your natural glow, or does it somehow bring your the grays out, or the low tones of your face more, the shadiness and things like that. So this working on your colors is takes a while to train your eyes in this and to learn how to know what your best colors are. But just, I think the power here is that we're matching color, which has a vibration and an energy, with our bodies, which have a vibration and an energy. And if we're not matching them correctly, then we can have a result that's not what we want, and that's not going to help us to feel our best or look our best ultimately. So you can learn your own colors, your personal color palette, and your body has its own natural coloring within it. You have blush color, natural blush color, you have your eye color, you have your hair color, whether it's dyed or not, it is your hair color. In the system that I use, even if your hair color is gray now, you still have some of your original color strands in your hair, even though if you seem to be fully gray, if you look really, really closely, you'll see some of that brown, some of that blonde, some of that dark, that was your original color. So you just have a different proportion of it now. Are you guys resonating with me? Are you getting this? If you have any questions, please post them in the chat. So you have a natural body color as well. And so that also is something that you want to be in tune with. The colors that are naturally of your body are the colors that you want to wear over your full body, or wear predominantly as a big color. That's why I don't know that they're that popular right now, but blush colors became very popular for a while. And if you get the right blush color for you, and you wear it in a full suit, or like I say, a jumpsuit or something like that, this is a power color for you. So just some things to think about around the vibration of color and how it fits with your body. And then we're going to talk about fabric and the energy of fabric. So I went to college for textiles, clothing, and fashion. And because I was very fascinated with fashion, but also as well the fabrics, the texture, the color, what fabrics were made out of, the content of fabrics. And so fabrics have cell, in them. They're made up of cells. And we used to look at fabric under the microscope and to see what it looked like under the microscope, which was also very fascinating. So fabrics have an energy as well, depending on how they're woven, what the content fiber of the fabric is, the texture. And then that is something that's also going to blend with your body. And it's either going to feel good on your body or not feel good on your body. A lot of times I like to have more natural fabrics if I can get 100% cotton or 100% silk. There's a lot of really great synthetic fabrics out right now that are very soft and that feel good on your skin. So we don't really need to necessarily have natural fibers and fabrics right now to feel good on our skin. But how important is it to have that blending with how you feel about what you're wearing? If you're like, I don't remember when it was, but I threw away some t-shirts that I just loved what they said. Something about shining, something, I don't remember, it said shine on there. So I love the words on them, and I loved the color, but I didn't like how they felt on my body. I didn't like how they felt on my skin. There was something off about it, and it was because it was polyester in there. And so I would never choose those. They would just sat in my closet for the longest time because I kept not choosing them because of the fabric, not because I didn't love the color and didn't love what it said on there. And then there's also the drape of the fabric on your body, and the impression that makes about your style, what you're trying to put out into the world. Is it very fitted? Is it a very fitted item, or is it very loose and flowy? You can change your mood and how you feel so much by all these different aspects of the fabric, because that fabric then holds an energy. Oops, I just spilled all my top, only water. So there's a quote that goes something like, clothes don't mean anything until you wear them. So if you think of the clothes hanging in your closet, they're just sitting there, they're just hanging there. There's not very much energy going on in your closet. It's just clothes. When you take them off and you set them on the chair or you throw them on the bed, they're just a lump of fabric. And that fabric, has some energy. But when you put that piece of clothing on, it merges with your body's energy. It merges with who you are. It merges with your attitude that you have. So it becomes, clothes don't mean anything until you wear it, until you put it on. This is when the clothes start to take on your personality, take on your passions. And so this is why it's so important to really understand and learn, what are the best clothing shapes for you? What are the best colors for you? What are the best ways to wear your clothing, so that you're really tapping into your authentic self, your truest self, who you really are, your passions. And your clothing becomes a part of that as well. And then it also becomes a part of where you're going, of who you're becoming, your goals, what you're working on. And as we have to raise our confidence when we're going for new, bigger goals, we also want to upgrade, up level our clothing choices, our style. And the beauty of, I feel like I'm rambling, but I keep getting more and more thoughts. I didn't have this talk so much planned, just an outline. But the beauty of clothing is that we can use it to shift how we feel. If we're feeling low, we can put on one of our favorite outfits and accessorize it, put on lipstick and go out and feel like $1,000,000. And so clothing can help us shift our energy. And yet I really believe that we have to learn to shift our energy from the inside out in order to have that permanent changes in our style and permanent changes in continuing to grow our style from the inside out. Because if you are only changing your clothing from the outside, then you're not going to change the inner chatter you have, the inner critic that you have going on, the old beliefs about yourself that keep coming up, even though you keep trying to suppress them or pretend they're not there. All of that old patterning just stays in the recesses of your mind until you choose to make some shifts. You choose to change those thoughts. You choose to create a new image of yourself. You choose to really work on yourself and take yourself to the next level. So that is the importance of the energetics of style. A little tidbits on that today. Vibration of your body combined with the vibration of color, combined with the vibration of the fabrics you choose. And one last story here is that the very first time I met my mentor, Bob Proctor, I remember I traveled to Toronto to see him at an event that they called The Matrix, which in and of itself, the movie The Matrix is kind of a big story behind that. Like, are you going to choose the red pill or the green pill? And which way are you going to go? But it was the first time. Well, it wasn't actually the first time I saw him in person. I'd seen him in person a few other times, come to think of it. But this time made the biggest impact because I think it was his event and he was in control. And so they called him up to the stage, big fanfare, music. And he loved a particular Frank Sinatra song that just meant so much. But he walked across the stage, and I was like, I remember my head just like following him across the stage. The level of confidence he had, the swagger that he walked with, the flow of his pant legs, the clothing. I could tell it was like either a fine silk or a fine wool. His shoes were custom made. I mean, come to find out later, all of his clothes were custom made. But that you could just tell who he was and what he stood for because of his presence in his clothes. He was confident, he was proud, he was sure of himself, he was bold, he was calm, he was relaxed. So all of this through this just one impression that he made when he walked upon the stage. And I know that was planned. I know he learned how to have a stage presence and all of that, but his clothing had a big part of that. And because it blended with his personal vibration, it blended with who he was and his mission, it blended with where he was going in his life. And so I remember Bob said to me once that if he was doing a seminar like that and he was coming down on the elevator and he felt off in any way, he would go back up into his room and he would change everything down to his underwear. He would change everything and put something new on until he felt right in his clothing for the seminar and the message that he was putting on. So this just reminded me at the workshop last week, we were talking about you have to start with a new canvas. When you're going to paint a new painting, you're going to have a new canvas. And this new canvas of like you have nothing down, getting back down to the underwear and recreating the outfit. So some of the work I do with helping you style your life is getting down to the foundation of who you are and building from there and creating a new you for the new place you want to be, the new place you want to go. So that's all I have to share today around your energetics of style. Are there any questions? Are there any ahas that you guys have had during this little talk? These usually go for about 30 minutes. I want to invite you, whether you're watching live or on the replay, into a one-on-one free style analysis call with me to see where you're at, to see where you want to go, to see how we can get your style more in line with your authentic self, more in line with your coloring, your natural coloring, more aligned fabric-wise and style-wise. All parts of this, I help you to really create your signature style that's going to take you anywhere you want to go. And you're constantly improving this. You're constantly up-leveling this. Thanks, Lynn. Wonderful style energy shared. Thank you so much. You're constantly improving this as you go for bigger and bigger goals and more changes in your life. So thank you guys so much for being on the call today. I really enjoyed sharing with you. I look forward to talking to you one-on-one in person. I'll leave the link below for that, or send me a message and we can set up a time to get on a call to see how this can really transform your life from the inside out. So have a great rest of your day. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.